Hello and welcome to my channel. Today I'm going to be doing a reading for the sign of Scorpio for the month of September 2021. I've already cleansed your space and the decks. And I'll be using these two, this one as the main one, this one as a clarifier. This is actually my very first deck when I got into tarot. I printed them out and laminated them. And yes, it's a little ghetto, but I love this deck. It's one of my favorites and it gives super clear messages, at least for me. So bear with me. I'll do a 9-card spread, 3 for the recent past, 3 for the present energies, and 3 for the near future. So yeah, although I've pre-shuffled, I will do some shuffling here as well. Something to note, all of my cards start out in the upright, so if a card does come out in the reverse, I take it as such. I also only take cards that come out in, face up. So there's that. I will also include all of the shuffling and the throwing of the cards, so please feel free to skip ahead if you don't want to watch that. Okay. Finally, I talk to my cards and I talk to my guides, so I guess sorry in advance, or ignore it when you hear it. Okay. I have recent past for Scorpio, please. 3 cards. Thank you. Okay. Thank you. Can I have current? Alright. Take these. All of these for your current energy. Okay. And near future, please. The energies coming up for what energies are approaching for Scorpio, please? Okay. Okay. Right, a lot of cup energy, sort of mental energy in the middle. Okay, so the first card that you got in the recent past is the 2 of Cups. This is all about reciprocity in a relationship. You and another person seeing eye to eye. It doesn't necessarily have to be a romantic relationship, but I feel like for some of you guys, maybe a relationship moved to the next level, or again, you got more serious in a relationship, because it's coming out here with the 8 of Pentacles as well as the Wheel of Fortune. I also get a sense for some of you that it wasn't with another person, this 2 of Cups moment. Instead, it could have been a balancing of your own emotions. Pentacle work is, the 8 of Pentacles in particular, is often individual sort of work on yourself, whether it's your health or your job or your career or something. I think with all these coming out here, it could have been you finding, again, an emotional balance. The Wheel of Fortune there in the middle is about karma, destiny. I feel like what goes up must come down kind of feeling. And so maybe the rebalancing here is something karmic in nature that you had to deal with or clear, some old karmic energy. Or you could have approached this crossroads where you are both working on yourself while reciprocating in a relationship as well. Okay, let's get clarification on all of this. Sorry, making a mess. Okay. What of the Two of Cups, please? Okay, got the Hangman in the reverse. Too many, love. Way too many. Do you have one more for that Hangman? I mean, one more for that Two of Cups? Okay. Alright, how about the Wheel of Fortune? Alrighty, so over the Two of Cups, we got the Hanged Man in the reverse. So usually in the upright, this can represent a sacrifice. This can represent you sort of retreating, a delay to work on your spiritual energy, to work on your enlightenment. There's another deck in which this card is called the Observer. And so again, it's sort of like you have put yourself in a state of suspension. In the reverse, the energy that I'm feeling, especially with the Two of Cups and the Moon card coming out to fully clarify that. Obviously, the Two of Cups coming out again. And this is a clearer message. You see here that this is giving me a sense that it is in a relationship where you guys are now, you can see they're pouring into each other's cup. Strong sense of reciprocity. So you could have been emerging from doing some shadow work. You could have gone deep. You see this Moon card, heavy on the intuition as well, but you could have gone deep and done, like I said, the shadow work that needed to be done. And in the recent past, you're now emerging into a place where you can be more present and maybe even reciprocate better. The Wheel of Fortune, we got a chunk of cards here. We have the Two of Pentacles, another two, which is about adjusting to change. It could be juggling two people. So maybe with this Two of Cups, you could have two different relationships that you are balancing here. But again, for some of you, it feels more like reciprocity than necessarily a juggling. But as I said, you've come to a crossroads, and it feels like you are adjusting to this change, this new change. You have the Ten of Pentacles here as well. with the tree of life and being drawn to the tree of life here. And maybe that is the shift that took place, where once you were kind of like a one cup kind of person, very much pouring into yourself, maybe you have now shifted to a place where you are able to offer reciprocity because you've done that shadow work. You have the Ace of Swords as well. And you see she has a new idea, a new concept, a new wisdom, with the crow being here as well. And so perhaps the shift was more mental than anything. You could have viewed a situation differently. I'm hearing like, well, I'm not getting any younger. For some of you, the new idea is like, okay, I need to start thinking about my inheritance. I need to start thinking about my family and my family legacy. And that has caused the shift. You also got the King of Cups, Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio energy. This is your card here. And the energy I'm picking up off this card is sort of playing it cool. Like, you could have been going through a bit of emotional turmoil, or again, while doing your shadow work. At the same time, on the outside, it feels like you could have been playing it cool, or coy even. And then you have the Nine of Wands, which is a card of perseverance. You see that she is sort of standing her ground. This is also a wounded warrior card, a sense that you've been fighting maybe a spiritual battle for a really long time, and there's an indication that you're almost there. You're nearing the end of that cycle. So yeah, I think that you have a new idea. You had a new idea. You're adjusting to this change. It feels like there's a shift in the energy, and maybe from singular to dual, or being more open to reciprocity in a relationship. For the Eight of Pentacles, you have the Seven of Pentacles, the Four of Wands, and the Knight of Wands. Interesting. All of those cards coming out together, it feels again like maybe the individual or even flighty energy that you had before is being supplanted by more long-term, longer lasting, like considering your inheritance, considering the family unit. The Four of Wands is a wedding card, a twin flame card as well, about celebrations and things. And so perhaps you were or had been looking at your investments and what have I been doing, again, what is my legacy, I keep hearing, and now you're working on yourself to figure out what that means, but also enact some of that. I say that too because you have the Knight of Wands going to the King of Wands. So this is Aries, Leo, Sagittarius energy. It's about initiation. It's about control, passion. This king goes after what it is that he wants. He's firm. He's in control. And again, it doesn't have to be he. I'm just saying that because it's a king. But there's a sense of like initiation in the recent past. And then in the current energies, there's an implementation. Right next to it, you have the Six of Pentacles, which is about success. It's about a card of generosity, and generosity in the sense like you have enough that you have enough to give. And so that's where the success comes in. You can't give if you don't have it. So perhaps your main focuses are on getting more money, giving more money, maybe supporting somebody financially, which is a huge part of having and building a family, is sort of joint finances. That's for some of you. You have the Seven and the Eight of Swords as well. These are harder aspects. The Seven of Swords is about a card of deception, also of gossip, but it also is my politics card. The Six of Swords is about moving on from something sort of mentally smarter, and the Seven of Swords can be a person taking advantage of those smarts, being like, okay, I know how to move now, and that's why I call it the politics card. Interesting that you have 6, 7, 8. So there is a feeling of progression here as well. But mentally, you could still be having a hard time with maybe how to go about it, or maybe struggling with what you really want. The Justice card here is a Libra card. There could be a Libra person. There could be a Libra person in your environment here, or this could be you kind of standing in your truth and individuality, or you on a quest right now to find out what is that truth, or even having the courage to act dispassionately, which the Justice card does. She's not very emotional. Justice is not emotional. Justice is blind. It is what it is. And as a Scorpio person, obviously water signs are much more emotional in nature, but all of this energy here is sort of out of your element, and that could be throwing you for a loop. All right, let's see. The King of Wands. What is the King of Wands, please? Anything for the King of Wands? Thank you. The 10 of Wands. So I think I said before that you're nearing the end of that cycle, and that is you right there. It's sort of the decision where not emotionally, spiritually, energetically, you were kind of saying, all right, one last battle to fight, or I'm almost there. And now with the King of Wands being clarified by the 10 of Wands, that's, I said, this is the action. You are sort of, it could be an actual physical move, but you are taking up that responsibility. You are doing the things that need to be done. Six of Pentacles. It's too much, love. Thank you. Can I have a more concise message for the Six of Wands? Thanks. All right, we got the Lover's card and the Chariot. Interesting, another 6, which is about balance, and funny, a 6 to a 7, and that's a 6 to a 7 as well, and major arcana energy. The Lovers is obviously lovers. It could be Gemini, a Gemini person. But with these two cards coming together, yeah, it feels like you are setting your intention and setting your direction in a relationship. The Lover's card is also too heavy on the duality. And so I'm being drawn back to the Two of Cups as well as the Two of Pentacles. Maybe your new idea, your new concept is, okay, I am who I am and this person is who they are, and together we make, and although we're whole in and of ourselves, together we make a unit where reciprocity is important, or I understand how to make one, is what I want to say, how two people can be one. But yeah, like I said, it feels like you have set your intention in some sort of relationship. The Six of Pentacles, again, about generosity. There could be a financial component to this. Truly, there could be a sort of understanding of that dependence that you have on one another. That's financial. The Chariot is also Cancer energy. There's Gemini and Cancer there. What about the Seven of Swords? Okay. We have the Nine of Pentacles. We have the Seven of Swords again. We have the Ten of Cups. And we have the Page of Cups. All over the Seven of Swords. So the Seven of Swords came out here again. And you can see him moving silently in the night. And the sense I'm getting with all these other cards is getting what it is you want. Getting what it is you want. And maybe that's here, maybe the struggle that you're having, or the hang up that you're going through right now is figuring out a way to get everything that you want without maybe losing yourself in the situation, or you're looking for both your emotional fulfillment as well as sort of checking all of the boxes, and that might be the part that's having you stuck with the Seven of Swords. Like, you know, like, how do I get everything I want but have everybody be happy? And sometimes that's really hard because everyone tells you, obviously, relationships are about sacrifice and compromise, and that could be the issue that you're contending with here. How about the Eight of Swords? Okay. We have the Three of Cups and the Three of Wands. Two threes. The Three of Cups is about abundance. This is sort of conviviality with friends, an abundance of emotion, definitely. The Three of Wands can indicate a period of waiting, but two can be a period of planning. This girl is waiting for her ships to come in, so to speak. And so there is definitely a vision on the future, and I think a spiritual certainty in that. But it feels like, again, a planning stage. Coming out over the Eight of Swords. What I feel mainly with that is, for some of you, the issue that you're having, like I said, you want your cake and eat it too. You want to see, how can I get everything that I want out of this? And some of you want three. Three's a charm. Third time's a charm. Maybe some of you want three people. That could be a thing. Or you want a third-party situation. Some of you could want a third-party situation, or some of you are having a hard time, like I said, reconciling. How do I follow my plans while also incorporating all these people, or all the external stuff? I will get more clarification on this. I'm not super sure, but again, threes are cards of cooperation as well. So that could totally be a thing here. How about the Justice card? Thank you. We have the Seven of Wands, the Devil card, the Queen of Cups, and the Wheel of Fortune coming out again. So the Seven of Wands is a card of confidence. You see that she is sort of protecting her peace, protecting her spiritual energy. She has sort of worked hard. Obviously, meditation is a art form that is super difficult to master or even to advance in, and she's gotten to a place where she has developed that peace. You see, she's in this bubble, and there could be a sense of you trying to defend yourself from people trying to disrupt your peace here. But with the Devil card, this can represent addictions, codependencies, obsessions. You see that the strings are attached to this person's head who's having sort of a tormented thought here. And next to the Eight of Swords, it feels like your bad habits or your addiction here is to old patterns of thinking. And then you're right back there on the wheel. So where you had a new concept, a new thought in the recent past, like, okay, this is new, this might work, I'm here for the reciprocity, you could be currently finding yourself and it's like, is that what I want? Or am I going to be giving up my individuality? Am I going to be disrupting my peace if I do this? Maybe that's what you're grappling with right now. Again, the wheel is definitely about a crossroads, and you could be there. Another Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio card, the Queen of Cups. This is about emotional balance. You see that she's being fed from the universe. So heavy on the intuition here as well. And that could be a indication that you need to trust your intuition, or you need to be open emotionally to change. The hands up gesture in general is also like I'm not a threat. So there could be someone here who isn't a threat, and so there's not a lot to worry about. Or this could be you. I'm looking at this Devil card here, and the Devil's like, come on, girl. And she's like, whoa, 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 everybody calm down. So I think that maybe for some of you, it might be an indication that to break out of your old habits of thinking, your obsessions, codependencies, whatever this Devil represents to you, and you can, I'm sure, as you hear this reading, intuit whatever that is. Maybe the lesson for some of you is, if you are trying to overcome that addiction, codependency, it should be done emotionally, compassionately, giving yourself compassion, right? Extending the same compassion to yourself that you do other people. This could also too be a Capricorn person. We have Libra and Capricorn here. This could be a Capricorn person who you're at a crossroads with. Maybe you're scared that person will disrupt your peace, but more than anything, it feels like you struggling with, is this what I really want? Like, whoop-de-whoop-de-whoop. Anyway. In the near future, you have the 10 of Cups in the reverse. You have the Strength card. And then you have the 4 of Cups. For some of you, I really, again, because we had the 10 of Cups. Where did we have that? So very interesting. We had the 10 of Pentacles there at the top, the 10 of Cups here, and then the 10 of Cups coming out in the reverse. For some of you, you might just be like, fuck it. I don't want that. Because the imagery that we got here, it's a rainbow, 2 people happily with their kids in the background, emotional fulfillment. And then here's that same emotional fulfillment on its head. I feel the image I just got is someone like flipping the table, and then all of the cups go down. And why? I'm not sure. You have the 4 of Cups here, which is a card of apathy. It can be boredom too. The 4 of Cups can also be like, you've been given what it is you want, but now that it's here, it's not what you really want, or it's not what you wanted. I don't know why I keep seeing somebody flipping a table. Why? That's the major feeling that I'm getting. It's like, F this. kind of thing. The Strength card there in the middle, this is Leo energy. It's all about inner strength. It's the catch more flies with honey than vinegar kind of thing, because she's wielding power over this line, but it's not aggressive in nature. Her control, her power here. And so that could be your challenge, is figuring out how to get what you want without doing a flip the table kind of thing. But here, let's see, what's the Ten of Cups in the reverse, please? Ten of Cups in the reverse, please. Thank you. You have the Five of Swords, the Five of Pentacles, and the Six of Cups. Interesting. So 2 fives here. Fives are cards of change, can be cards of conflict as well. You can see on that Five of Swords, he's having tortured thoughts. Somebody's in the background celebrating, but there's blood there on the iceberg. I hope you can see that. And this can be a card of blind ambition. That is, you are doing something without regard for other people, or you win in a situation, but there's collateral damage. The Five of Swords can also be a card of overconfidence as well. And maybe this overconfidence is coming from a place of lack, like as in a defense mechanism, like you or somebody feels like they are not enough, or they do not have enough, especially when we had that conversation about legacy and family. Someone could feel like they don't have enough, or they're not ready, or they are not enough, and they move in a way, like I said, that flips the table, and now there's collateral damage here. You got the Six of Cups with that as well, and that's about returns from the past. It's about healing your inner child, and maybe that's where you're lacking, or maybe that's the work that still needs to be done. You have not healed your inner child, and so you do not feel ready, prepared, emotionally available to do what it is you need to do. Yeah, I don't know why else you would want to flip your Ten of Cups. How about the Strength card? Strength card, please. Anything for that? We have the King of Swords, the Knight of Swords, and the Eight of Swords. All swords energy, all mental energy or communicative energy. The King of Swords is about, similar to the Justice card, individuality. You see that I'm not sure if you can see that, but his eyes are like piercing blue, like White Walker blue, and there's a clarity of thought, there's a clarity of intention here as well. And a little sense of being aloof. Kind of. And you see also too, just energetically, he's looking back here, kind of at the table that he's flipped, or that healing emotional child, the conflict or change that's happening here, and feeling aloof about that, it feels like. You have the Knight of Swords, which is again a card of initiation. You see him running there to his motorcycle. It's about swiftness. It's about movement. So too, sometimes it can be someone who has really great ideas, but has a really hard time implementing them for one reason or another. Maybe there's not enough drive, either emotional energy or spiritual energy, but an idea person, but not quite an executor. And that might be the issue. You, again, the Eight of Swords, you holding yourself back. She is not in real life tied. Instead, she's tied in the image. So it's that I'm getting back to the wheel. You could be on this karmic wheel when I feel like all it really takes is for you really to shift energetically, to really open your mind up and even heart up to something new. And maybe that's the hardest part here, the Strength card. Another aspect of the Strength card is like, you are both, for some people, you are both the disease and the cure. Especially with that Eight of Swords, you are the one that's holding yourself back. You could be the one that's holding yourself back here, and it takes, again, an immense amount of strength to be able to move forward. But for some reason there's a boredom here and apathy. You're like, meh. What's this Four of Cups, please? This is way too many. I'll take these though. Oh, they hate me for that. Okay, I'm sorry. I'm going to do a reshuffle because as soon as I flip those cards back over, and I don't remember how much it was, they were like, girl. All right, so I will try again. I'm sorry. Can I have for the Four of Cups, please? Okay, look at that, the same card. So we have the Page of Wands and the Eight of Pentacles. Look at that. It's sort of like a hearkening back. Again, I feel like you could be on a wheel here. The Page of Wands, another card of initiation, but it's like this person is a fire starter. This person has a new, not thought in the same way, but has a new intention and follows after it. But with the Eight of Pentacles here, again, a card of, it's solo dolo work. Going back and working on yourself. Sort of building a stronger foundation, and maybe that's where you're going back. The sense of loss that you felt here, or lack that you felt here, could have sort of said like, okay, if you really want this, you need to go back to the drawing board. And that's for some of you. When I feel like for others, all it really takes is a genuine openness, a genuine openness here, openness of heart and openness of mind. But there could be, like I said, inner child issues, feeling of lack potentially from your childhood that could be affecting this situation and how you move forward. All right, I think that I'm going to stop there. I will pull some oracle cards for the final lessons or advice. Scorpio. I think what I'm hearing is like, first get clear about what it is you really want. We saw you do that shadow work in the past, and maybe you emerged from the Hangman state prematurely, or maybe you have these unresolved issues with the inner child down here. But it feels like your thoughts could be what's holding you back. Can I have final lessons or advice for Scorpio, please? Three cards for the lessons or advice from Scorpio. Thank you. Two more, please. you. And one more. Okay. All right, so we got swinging on the front porch. Good times, cozy feelings, slow down, be in nature, thankfulness. We have come to Jesus, truthful communication, integrity, divine intervention, surrender, reconciliation. And we have sweet as a Georgia peach, kindness, tender care, charm, beauty, flirtation, delicious experience. All right, take those how they resonate. I don't generally clarify these cards because all of the words are on there. And again, trust your intuition, whatever they mean to you. I hope that you found this video helpful, Scorpio. Please give it a thumbs up if you did. Also, feel free to leave me a comment down below if you have any questions or if this reading resonated with you. Thank you guys so much for watching. Oh, feel free to subscribe as I'll try and do readings. I don't know, more readings. And I will see you guys in the next one. Bye-bye.